party hats. Boom, boom.
The whole go bang bang here.
Let us begin.
I want you to keep an eye out for the Boogity Man.
VHS Bandits.
Boogie! Boogie! Boogie!
VHS Bandits.
Welcome to Coxwell
Don't
Academy.
need no DVDs, don't need no Betamax. These are the VHS Bandits.
Hey everybody, welcome to VHS Bandits. This week we watched Frankenhooker. Let's pop in the tape.
In 1931, the world was horrified by the motion picture Frankenstein. In 1935, horror turned to terror with The Bride of Frankenstein. In 1990, the makers of Basket Case and Brain Damage bring you
Want a date?
Frankenhooker. Jeffrey Franken has a plan.
I just want to bring back Elizabeth.
He has the ingenuity.
I need female body parts.
He has everything he needs except the raw materials.
Just hold still. Excellent. Oh my God. Bunyan.
Jeffrey's creation is alive.
Looking for some action?
Oh, yeah!
She's sexy.
Want a date? You going out?
I'm on my way home, but thanks anyway.
And she's sutured to please.
Listen, I'm looking for a very tall, attractive woman. She's purple. She's got fresh scars on her.
She's in the bar!
Now, a motion picture like no other. A tender story of love and romance.
Want a date?
A gripping tale of lust and revenge. Frankenhooker.
Incredible.
Some assembly may be required.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey guys, welcome again to VHS Bandits. I'm the Kevbot. Here as always is one of you guys.
I'm Topher Hansen. Franken Hansen. Franken
One of you
Topher.
guys.
That's it.
Drunk.
Train.
Is that what I sound like to you? Is this what I sound like to you? We're not stupid.
What's going on,
Christmas joke.
dudes?
Hello.
T-Man is drinking a Diet Cola, a Dr. Cola.
Diet Dr. Pebbles.
Dr. Pebbles.
Diet
Now
Dr.
with
Pee
extra
Pee.
rocks.
Extra more sand pellets than ever before.
I just consumed a Count Chocula cereal bar.
A poo bar. It looked like a hardened piece of poop.
Chocolate cereal bar
It
with
did?
marshmallows.
Not that I've ever
it'll look-
hardened my poop and put it into a rectangular shape and eaten it before.
Yeah.
But if I did, it would look like a Count Chocula cereal bar. Is
It
that
looks
the cereal
exactly
bar?
the same coming out as it
Yes.
did going in.
You'll never know. Count Chocula cereal bars. Cut out the middleman. No colon necessary.
Cut out the intestines.
Yeah, cut it out.
Oh, Kev, what are you
Is that
drinking?
the cereal bar?
Kevbot is
Yeah, what-
drinking Mountain Dew Live Wire.
Ooh.
The
Oh,
unofficial
man.
sponsor of my obesity.
Hey, how come you didn't get one of those new Mountain Dew Voodoos, the mystery
Oh,
flavor?
I can't find them. I want to try one.
Ooh, they look good.
If I find one, I will try it.
I heard.
What color is it?
I think it's orange.
No, it's white.
Oh, it's
Spooky
orange.
It's like
orange.
murky white.
White is like mountain
it?
ice or
Mountain
something. It was
ice.
high voltage or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
High voltage. Or is that the blue one? I don't know.
I think that was the blue.
I don't remember.
I think
It's
the blue was
something
high
nice.
voltage.
Well, high voltage. Hey, speaking of high voltage, Frankenhooker. What a segue this is. Frankenhooker is high voltage Mountain Dew. Oh my God. Mountain Douche.
Mountain Dew. That's pretty good.
Thank you. Available now at Rite Aid pharmacies.
Code red. Code red. Mountain douche.
Oh no, Mountain Douche code red. Yikes. Anyway, so yeah, Frankenhooker. Oh wait, let's talk about our Patreon first.
Oh yeah,
because we have one.
Let's get into that off the bat.
Off the bat. So
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to all of our patrons on Patreon. I just want to say thank you. And if you're not part of our Patreon, you can be a part of it, and you will get extra bonus episodes if you join the Party Hat Patrol. And we have a new Party Hat Patrol episode coming out maybe next week. I think it is. It's like yes, next week. So you'll get an extra episode. And what is that? What can they look forward to on this extra episode?
We, the three of us, are talking about our top 5 VHS movie soundtracks.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, baby.
And you're going to get to hear the soundtracks and some special treats.
Yeah, that's right.
Well.
Yeah. So some good stuff in there. So
Special
every
treats
month,
like Count Chocula bars.
oh yeah, it's a treat going in and a treat coming out.
Oh my god.
Yep. So yeah, if you join our Patreon, the normal tier, you at least get our episodes that we do a little bit early, and if you do the second tier, you get an extra episode from us every month.
Every month.
Yeah. Highlighting voltage.
Highlighting voltage. Sure. Oh my gosh. Hey.
Woo!
Mr. Stacks, where did we get this tape?
Stacks. All right. So,
Marshall Stacks on the line.
We got this.
You're on the Shitty Mike Show.
Mike Show.
Yeah.
We got this beautiful screener copy, talking box, Frankenhooker copy from the one and only Jason Champion of Champion Video down in Texas. And for those of you guys who don't know,
I was giving him some music, so you can
okay.
go ahead.
So, Jason Champion, fucking super awesome dude down in Texas. We did an episode with him about a year or two ago. Super, super cool dude. He took a room in his house and he converted it into a video store. And it is the coolest fucking place on the planet. If I ever went down to Texas, I would love to go visit his place. Super, super cool dude. Always posts wicked cool stuff up on Instagram. He puts together a VHS swap down there in Texas, and guys like Collection Therapy are there, and VHS Dungeon, and obviously VHS Bloodbath. Good friends with all those dudes. Yeah. And so I was talking to Jason, and I was like, "Oh, dude, you know, you have like so many super cool, super awesome, like unique movies and tapes and stuff. And hey, why don't we do a thing where maybe like every 6 months or so, we'll do an employee's pick? You know, we're like, you send us a tape. It's almost like a rental. We're like, you send us a tape. We'll talk about it. We'll go through it for an episode, and then we'll just send it right back." And he's like, "Hell yeah, man, let's do it." That sounds like a wicked fucking cool idea. So one of his favorite movies is Frankenhooker. So he sent us a copy, and we're gonna send it right back to him once we're all set. And
yeah.
So huge thanks to Jason Champion of Champion Video for doing this with us. Super, super appreciate it. He sent us another tape as well. We're probably gonna watch for another episode pretty soon, and maybe sometime next year we'll get another employee pick from him.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so sooner than later, because Champion Video has so much cool fucking tapes.
Yeah.
And if you're not following him on Instagram, just check out. It's just Champion Video at Champion Video. So many fucking cool tapes, and I want to go down to Texas and move into your house.
Yeah,
Jason,
you know,
if you need a roommate, let me know.
I just love seeing the pictures.
Live in the video store.
I just love seeing the pictures of his little home video store. Like he's got like the Alien Pops thing on a countertop, and he's got like some old like trading cards and some candy and stuff, and like little section. He has a little adult section that's a little closet, and he's always showing pictures of like old big box porno tapes and stuff. And It's wicked fun. Really cool stuff. So yeah, please go follow him up on Instagram. Super cool dude. So he sent us a screener copy of Frankenhooker, and this is a talking box. Unfortunately, it does not work. So when you hit the little subway press here box,
where do the batteries go?
There's a little watch battery that's on the inside. It has like a little flap.
Yeah.
It's a little bit bigger, and it's inside there. You could just barely see it, but it's all glued together. And obviously, you don't want to like open it up.
I'm sure you can replace it somehow.
No, I don't want to do that.
Not
Come
you.
on. Well, I'm sure people can fix them, but but there's a little sticker on the front that says contains full-length screen cassette. And what's funny about this one is a lot of the other screeners that I've watched or that we've done for the show is they constantly have like shit at the bottom of the screen, like all the time. You know, specifically like full moon ones that I have, like they all have tons and tons of screener shit that always plays the bottom of the screen. This one only like every 20 minutes for like 5 seconds.
Was personalized too.
Yeah.
It said screener for SGE video or something like that.
Yeah, well that's the company that made the movie.
Oh well, then I thought it was the name of the video store. Never mind.
It's Shapiro Glickenhaus Home Video, which is the company that made the movie.
Well, there goes my theory.
Oh, one thing that I like about the aesthetic about this movie is sort of like the theme is everything is like purple and pink, and the box also extends that sort of the theme, the aesthetic of the movie here. And on the front,
looking for a tall purple girl. Have you seen her?
Purple pink girl.
Looking for a purple box.
Purple box. So on the cover, it's a picture of a subway entrance that says Times Square, obviously right there in New York City, and you got a picture of Frankenhooker right on the cover, and it says "Want a date?" right on the cover, which is the famous line from the movie. And on the back, you got several pictures of Frankenhooker herself and her boyfriend Jeffrey and this total creepazoid who's going on a date with Frankenhooker. And Bill Murray said, if you only see one movie this year, it should be Frankenhooker. I totally agree.
Bill Murray or a Bill Murray?
Probably the Bill Murray. I would think so.
Bill Murray is all one name. It's Mr. Bill Murray.
That's it. That's right. Yeah.
Just like Blueberry.
Joe Bob Briggs gave it 4 stars. Best of the 90s. I'm sorry, best of 1990, he says.
There you go.
Yeah. So the back of the box says, the Frankenstein legend gets stitched up by the makers of Basket Case and Brain Damage.
Okay, that explains the end of the movie a lot.
Oh yeah. It was done by the hell's the guy's name? Frank Henenlotter, who did Basket Case and Brain Damage. So in this outrageous horror comedy, when his pretty fiancée goes to pieces under the blades of a runaway lawnmower, aspiring mad scientist Jeffrey Franken hatches an unorthodox scheme to bring his beloved back to life. I'm just looking at Kevin. He's
dancing around.
He's dancing around over there. All right. He reassembles his girlfriend from the body parts of New York prostitutes, but his dream girl runs amok on 42nd Street.
Runs a fuck.
Turning tricks that literally make people's heads spin. Can Jeffrey still find true love, or has he created a monster? We're gonna find out in Frankenhooker.
We're gonna find out now on the VHS Bandits podcast. Tune in right now.
Right now.
Okay, here we are. We're back. All right. Find out if he created a monster.
All right.
Spoiler.
Yes.
He did.
Yes, he did. You're right.
Yeah. So again, just
with
real quick.
party hats.
Oh, dude, there is party hats galore in this movie.
Platter of party hats.
Yeah, platter. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
A silver
Very
platter
true,
of party
quite
hats.
literal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to like a party? Party hats. Would you like a party hat, sir? And you pick out a booby from a platter of party hats
with a toothpick.
Yeah, you use some
Does it have the
toothpicks and
little rubber band and you have to wear it on your head? It's kind of
I
like
guess so. I was thinking more of like an hors d'oeuvre, and there'd be several dipping sauces to go along.
Like
with
when you go to a
some
wedding
titty sauce for you.
and there's
titty
cocktail
sauce,
hour.
yes. Worcester cream titty sauce.
Worcester titty sauce. Oh, whoa.
Worcester titty motel,
which
which I guess is condemned now or whatever.
So Worcester City
it's
Motel.
gonna be a Whole Foods or some bullshit.
Did you see Kev?
No,
Not a crack house anymore.
Worcester City Motel just got sold to some land developer. They're gonna knock it down and probably put, I don't know, another fucking Planet Fitness or something in there.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
That's
happening.
kind of sad.
The landmark is going away.
Yep, the Shrewsbury,
The landmark for
Massachusetts
chlamydia.
famous landmark of crime, prostitution, and who else knows what.
Now Edgemere is officially the shittiest part of Shrewsbury.
It's true.
Sorry, Edgemere.
Sorry, Edgemere. So, yeah, because White City's no longer super shitty anymore because they got a super expensive Whole Foods and like $2,000 a month
Condos and
condos.
shit. Yeah.
So,
But no Qdoba
Anyway.
anymore.
yeah, the fucking Qdoba closed like right after the last time you and I went. They were. I didn't even think they were there a year.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't think they were.
I don't know.
Because they opened like right after you moved, and you moved last summer. No, you've been there for a while. Never
I've
mind.
been there just.
JK.
I've been there just over a year. So I think they closed right under a year of them being there. It's crazy.
When did Qdoba open and close? Find out next week on the VHS Bandits. Did Qdoba create a monster?
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, a monster burrito that was delicious.
And then that created a monster duty.
Oh man, this fucking movie is so great.
Yeah.
This is the second time I've seen this movie. It is so fucking fun, and I don't know. It is prime 1990s like. Yeah, it still feels like an 80s movie where like
it's like right on.
it's
right on the
like got
cusp.
that like Reanimator vibe to it, and
totally.
it's so good. It's so silly and funny, and it's got the horror and the party hats. What doesn't this movie have?
Oh, it's got
I
just
don't
about
know.
everything. It's
Throw in
awesome.
a dinosaur, and this would be the perfect movie.
Oh yeah, there was just a dinosaur. Yeah, of course.
If there was only a dinosaur sidekick.
Who knows? Maybe they'll make a Frankenhooker 2, and maybe they'll call it Dino Frankendino. I don't know.
I'll buy it right now. I will invest in that
Sci-fi
movie.
original.
Oh no! Well, we'll see. Okay. Where does this movie start off, fellas? Where does it start off?
So we got two main characters. You got Elizabeth and her boyfriend Jeffrey. Jeffrey is an electrician who does doctoral mad science shit, sort of on the side. And
he's like an unemployed mad scientist.
He's a doctor
right?
the same way that the three of us are doctors.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I am a fake doctor, so
That is true. Very true.
Yep.
And
Self-proclaimed doctor. Thank you.
it's Elizabeth's dad's birthday, and so they're over at Elizabeth's parents' house. They're having a little barbecue in the backyard, and her father's making a bunch of burgers on the grill. And
But Jeffrey's like fucking around in the basement with a brain with an eyeball, or in the kitchen.
He's on the kitchen table with a bunch of dry ice filled test tubes, and
that's how science works.
He's trying to make a RoboCop.
Yeah, you
Pretty
can't
much.
do science without dry
Oh,
ice.
this guy.
oh god. And so he's got a brain with an eyeball in a jar of water, and he's trying to get the brain with the eye in a jar of water to follow his hands. Yeah, I don't know, some kind of
It's
weird.
doing an okay job. I mean, for a brain with an eyeball, it's doing a pretty knock-up job.
Yeah, I think so too. It's doing something.
Whose
right?
brain is it? We don't know whose brain it
Nobody
is, right? Where did he
knows.
get this brain?
We only see this brain one other time, and it really doesn't have much to do with anything except that it's like he tries to mess with biology.
Yeah, you know,
And-
when I saw this, I kind of thought that something was going to pay off with this brain with the eyeball at the end of the movie or something like that.
Right.
Because
Sure.
there's a point where Jeffrey's mom is like, "What is it?" And he just goes, "I'm not too sure." And I'm thinking something's going to happen at the end with the brain, but they never go back to it. So
Yeah, that would have been nice. The brain could have been part of like the mob of body parts,
Yep.
or something like that, or if nothing else.
that's kind of what I was hoping to happen. But
Yeah,
oh well.
like the brain could have been his sidekick. That would have been cool.
Oh, we'll do that in Frankendino. The brains.
Frankendino. You put the eyeball brain in a dinosaur skeleton. Boom, dino brain man cyclops.
You know what it is?
Psychic.
You know how dinosaurs have like a little teeny little walnut brains? He puts the brain with the eyeball in a dinosaur to make it more intelligent.
There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's sell this movie.
Come on,
If
Sci-Fi
you're a
Channel.
producer out there,
Sci-Fi
and you're
original.
listening to this podcast, make that movie. All right. Moving on.
Moving on. So they all go outside and they're all celebrating the birthday. And Elizabeth pulls some sheet off of a big giant lawnmower that looks more like a snowblower.
Dads love lawnmowers.
Yeah, of course. Every dad likes a outdoor landscape power tool.
There.
And so Jeffrey made a remote control. It's like in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, honey, yeah.
With the,
I was going to say Home Alone.
Home Alone.
But I was wrong. It's not like Home Alone whatsoever.
Macaulay Culkin.
Except for the violence, the gratuitous violence.
Yeah. Macaulay Culkin should have used a lawnmower with a remote to get the sticky bandits.
Like in, what is it, Dead Alive? Where
Yeah,
mows them
right.
down
Yeah, he
with
holds
the-
a lawnmower up to go through the zombies.
Kevin McAllister just mowing over Daniel Stern with a lawnmower. So he makes it a remote control lawnmower. So he doesn't even have to push it, and the dad is like, "Yay!" But she's demonstrating the power of the lawnmower. And she presses all the buttons. She's like, this turns it on, and this makes it adjust the speed, and then this one makes it go forward. And then Jeffrey's like, no, don't do that. They're standing in front of the lawnmower. And then she turns around and goes, ah! And then blood splatters on a lawn gnome, and she's dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thoughts?
So
questions,
She's
comments?
dead, all right.
Good thoughts, questions, comments. So then we go to it's sometime a little bit later in the future. He's going over some like schematics of like the anatomy of a woman's body with a picture of Elizabeth's face on the head, and there's pictures of her framed all over his bedroom.
He's obsessed.
He's obsessed.
Her face on all kinds of things in his bedroom.
Oh yeah,
Like skeletons, and he's trying to figure out how to bring her back to life.
yeah.
You don't have your wife's face pictured on skeletons, guys?
No.
Not yet. Maybe I will at Halloween when I pull out the skeletons.
I'm sure Gina would love that.
Yeah, of course.
She would be thrilled.
Oh yeah. The old face skeletons.
And and it also the death made the news, right?
Oh yeah,
And it said that
because it was a quiet little town.
yeah,
he
and when
recorded
someone
Nothing
gets
ever
run
happens.
over by a remote controlled lawnmower, it's a big news day.
Yeah.
It is a big news day when that happens.
So he recorded it on a tape, and I guess he just keeps watching it over and over again.
And they talk about how it's such a big mess that they can't even begin to put all the parts, figure out, oh, we have all the parts of the body, but someone, wink, wink, stole some body parts, but they don't know which ones yet.
Definitely the head.
Of course.
I mean, they're missing the head. So he took her head, and now he's experimenting on skeletons and naked lady drawings.
And he has a cooler full of Ghostbusters 2 goo.
Yeah.
Apparently it's not like a cooler. It's a bubbler thing that
preserves
what is that thing?
It looks like a chest freezer, but it's full of some purple water, some like grape Kool-Aid,
Hawaiian punch or something.
Yeah. On the Skype, it definitely looked like reddish, pinkish.
Oh, did it? Oh,
yeah.
All right. So his mother walks in real quick, and she feels so bad for him, and she's like, "Hey, listen,
and we never see her again.
You never see her again. She's just like, listen, you got to move on. You got to get out, But he's just not having it. He's just too darn depressed,
He's like, I'm turning into a psychopath.
Yeah, he flips a switch pretty quickly. But I mean, he's already got human brains with eyeballs attached to him, so he can't be like that on the level to begin with.
Yeah, he flew off the handle a long time ago, I think.
Yeah, he was just waiting for this to happen.
And so he's trying to think of what can he do? What can he do? He needs parts. He knows that there's a storm coming soon, that he might need the electricity, right? So he takes the body parts and he makes a fine Italian dinner of one slice of cold pizza, and he's putting wine down the throat of her head, and it's all dripping out
and leaking out of her neck.
and
I wonder what was the severed head budget on this movie?
Oh, a lot of them.
There are so many decapitations.
Yeah,
this movie must have had a high budget for the effects, because a lot of the effects really good. Lots of explosions and body parts everywhere and blood, and
I love the effects in this movie. I thought they looked great. They're like it's 1990 practical indie horror effects, which I think and it's a horror comedy, so it doesn't need to look like ultra realistic.
Yeah, nothing. It's not like a gory movie at all, too. You know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of bodies explode and shit like that, but it's all like fun gory.
Yeah,
it's like that fine line of
puts
like
a drill in his head to think.
That was kind of made me cringe a little bit. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't understand why he was doing that.
He's a psycho, man. I think because he was doing so. He had one of his brains that he was experimenting on with like these little pins on it.
Yeah.
And so I think he was like, this part of the brain is the hooker portion or whatever. Let me drill into my hooker portion of the brain.
Hookers and taking their body parts.
Exactly.
Does it help him think? It helps him concentrate or something?
Maybe. Yeah.
Like
maybe he was
like
like
stimulation, but it's really just a lobotomy.
I don't know.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder
maybe he was stimulating
very
his
strange.
His corneal corplexus, his Mustafa Eldarama, his
Dula oblongata,
his labia majora,
Whoa, hey. He gets one of those later on in the movie, though.
That's true. He's going to get drilled there as well.
So he's thinking, okay, he needs more body parts. What does he got to do? He got to go find some. So he heads down to Times Square, out in some back alleys of New York City, where all the hookers are.
Ooh,
he's got to find some hookers. Now, it's weird because he's like, you would think he would just find one, but no, he thinks he needs several hookers, maybe to get as many body parts as possible, I guess.
Well, yeah, he wanted to like make the perfect woman. So there's this scene where, like, I think it might have been during the dinner scene or around that time, where he has calendar girls, like nudie magazines, and he ripped out pages from nudie mags, and he scotch taped his girlfriend's head on all of these bodies of different naked chicks, and he's like, do you like this one? And he's showing the severed head, And he's like, I can make you any girl you want. And these boobies are too big. You don't like these boobies? Okay, how about this? How about these legs? You like these legs? Okay, a little too bow-legged. Let's move on. How about this abdomen? That's a good abdomen. We can get you this abdomen.
There was one part
Only $19.95, 4 easy payments. Call now.
One part cracked me up when he shows one of the pictures and he goes, hey, couldn't you see you with this body down on my mother's couch in the basement?
Yeah, what a dream.
I think it's funny.
So I think he was just trying to build the perfect woman.
Yeah.
And he was doing a lot of measurements too. So it's either he's trying to build like the ultimate hot babe from whatever body parts he prefers, or he was trying to get similar measurements to his girlfriend when she was alive.
Yeah.
He might have been trying to see who was the best candidate, who had the most, check marks.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think you're right. I think he was trying to find check. I think he was trying to find one, right?
Maybe.
And then it turned into chaos because they all exploded.
Yeah.
Spoiler. And he's like, shit, I just got to take everything.
Yeah, but was that part of the plan? I don't really.
No, I
know.
I don't think so. So. We'll back up a little bit. So he goes down to New York, finds a couple of prostitutes. He goes, oh no, I need like 6 or 7 of prostitutes for this.
I need
they're
a
like,
baker's
all right.
dozen.
They're like, listen, we need to, we got to go talk to our pimp first. This guy Zorro down at the bar. Okay. So they go down to
the best actor in the movie.
I'm not even kidding you. Zorro is probably my favorite part of the entire movie because his acting is so. Obviously they got this guy because he's like this big bodybuilder.
Yeah, he's huge.
But his acting is just so non-existent. He's just like, what the fuck? Every time something happens,
get the fuck off of me.
It's just so like underwhelming everything he says. But man, it's fucking great. I love it.
I think it works though. It works.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a genius in my opinion.
It's
a genius.
Awesome. So they go to the bathroom, to the men's room of this bar. They meet up with Zorro, and Zorro is handing out little Ziploc bags of crack out to the hookers and other people, right? And he talks to Zorro.
And not butt crack.
Not butt crack. Not butt crack nemesis.
Not butt crack in a bag. Real crack. Cocaine.
The one Pee Wee Herman told you that crack kills in the PSA.
That's right.
Growing up.
He was right, because it makes you explode and then you turn into a Frankenhooker. So don't do crack.
And
do meth.
Zorro is like, he's like, oh yeah, I'll get you the finest babes I got. You just got to pay the cash. And Jeffrey saw that he's got the little bag of crack. He's like, oh, what's that? He's like, oh, there's a crack. All my hookers are on a glass diet.
This is crack. This right here is crack.
You mean this?
He
this
pulls
is
it right
crack.
out of his pocket. So that's
he had one of the times he pulled that bag out, he had like the perfect like flexing arm, perfectly framed.
Oh yeah.
He's just like crack.
That's why he was hired.
Flex.
Crack, it does the body good. It's like this. Remember that kid that he drinks the milk and his like head turns into a balloon, and he like gets these bulk ass muscles and shit. You remember that commercial, the Got Milk commercial? It's like that, except with crack.
Oh. Like milk.
Maybe crack's not that bad, guys. If this guy can get a body like that doing crack.
Well, I think he just gives the crack to his hookers, but he himself does not take the crack. Right?
Oh.
I think that's the secret.
That's the secret. Like, usually drug pushers don't do the drugs. I think they just sell it, right?
I don't know, Dane. I don't sell drugs. Why do you know so much about selling drugs, Dane?
Are you selling Count Chocula bars?
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
laced with
it goes
crack.
in. There's no overhead because it goes in one end, comes out the other end the same, and then I just sell it back.
It's the perfect crime.
It comes back out.
He's just waiting there with the little fish scooper skimmer thing.
I sell them the same. I sell them the same bar over and over again. They never know.
Oh man. Hey, do you ever think anyone has tried to sell poop in a Ziploc bag? Like a piece of poop?
Why don't
in a
you go
Ziploc
on
bag?
eBay and see if you can find some?
Huh.
I
wonder.
swear to God.
Man,
Dude,
this is
'cause
all up to you.
You ever heard?
Research. You live in LA. That would make the most sense to try and
that's
find
true.
it.
Of course,
I
people would sell
guarantee you
poop
that's
in a
happened
bag
here.
in L.A.
Poop in a bag.
Where else in America
Half
would
off.
people sell poop in a bag? Nowhere but Los
only in
New
LA.
York
Angeles.
City.
That's true. Maybe New York City, yeah.
Maybe
in
New York
1990, New York City, you can probably find poop in a bag
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
cheap.
But it has to be a Ziploc bag.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be clear. You want to know what you're working with. I'm not talking about paper
Right.
bags. No way. That's out.
You remember at the beginning of Jason Takes Manhattan, where there's like all the shots of New York City and Times Square, and there's like that there's that voiceover of like some guy talking about New York, and he's all like, "Oh, New York, the streets of steel and concrete." And then he would say, "And poop in a bag." God, I love this city.
Where were
Where's
we?
your doo-doo
Okay, so he
stash?
sells the. Yeah, he gets the. What did you say?
So the dookie stash.
Where's your doo-doo stash?
I was thinking like a doo-doo stat, like a poop mustache.
like a
mustache.
rusty trombone.
yeah,
That's
like
how you test if
after
it's
a
really
rim
good.
job, you get a doo-doo stash.
That's good.
Oh yeah, that's a Dirty Sanchez, right?
Dirty Sanchez. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This guy kind of looks like a Dirty Sanchez. He's got a mustache.
Yeah.
Zorro.
God. So
Anyway, it's probably not made out of poop.
so the whole crack idea sparks an idea in his head. So he actually physically makes super crack in his garage.
Super ultra mega crack.
I don't know
2000.
how. I don't know. Breaking
He's
Bad.
in science, Dane. He used test tubes, dry ice, and a brain with an eyeball, and that makes super crack.
There you go. That's it right then and there. He made
And it
super crack.
explodes hamsters or guinea pigs.
Yeah, he was like
One
blowing
whiff.
the super crack smoke into the guinea pig cage, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And so he's like, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to murder them. I'm not going to shoot them with a gun or stab them or whatever. I'm just going to give them some super crack. It'll kill them. They don't have to take it. So it's up to them. They're the one who's injecting the drugs themselves. I'm not doing anything. It's not a crime.
They're supposed to OD.
Yeah.
That's
He
what
wasn't
it is. So
expecting.
their bodies are still intact, but
I don't know.
clearly it just explodes everybody.
the thing
like
is-
like a failed 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, it made the
Oh, man.
gerbil explode. So I don't know what made him think that. Oh, it won't make humans explode. I don't know.
That's true.
Because he's not a very good doctor.
Yeah, but he does put holes in his own brain with a power drill.
Yeah.
So his thinking
Some
is
of those
not
good
quite on
ideas have
par with the
leaked
rest
out.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that idea fell out.
What if the brain with the eye is part of his brain?
Oh man, maybe.
Maybe that just is his brain that's in the jar, and his body's walking around
That's
without
doing
it.
all the thinking for
Could
him.
be.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
drilled it and sucked it out and put an eyeball in it, put it in the vat of water. I don't know.
There you go.
So he sets up this sort of this thing with all the hookers where they're gonna go into a hotel room for 30 minutes. He's gonna play doctor, and he's gonna pick one, right? And give just the one some super crack.
Doctor,
They're gonna die.
give me the news. Which hooker are you gonna choose?
Ooh, that's pretty good, Kev.
That's the new Frankenhooker song.
We'll use that.
Frankenhooker 2.
We'll use that in Frankendino. Frankenhooker 2. Electric
Frankenhooker Dino.
Hooker Boo. So
Electric Bugaboo
Frankenhooker 2,
Creek.
The Lost World.
Oh man.
So
Welcome to Hooker Park.
Hooker Park. Ooh.
Spare no expense.
All right, excuse me. Hello. Hello. Aren't there supposed to be hookers in this park?
I'm Mr. Super crack. Welcome to Hooker Park.
Hooker DNA.
We took hooker DNA and mixed it with frog DNA and super crack. Yeah.
We only make female hookers.
Life finds a way to get STDs.
Oh yeah, he's literally rebuilding a girlfriend guaranteed to have super AIDS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
And
might be able to
gonorrhea
genetically
and God
engineer that
knows
stuff
what.
out.
At
but,
least crabs.
There's a lot of mileage
yeah.
on those tires there.
Yeah, he must. Oh yeah, the picking a vagina for her must have been the hardest part, I'd assume, right?
I can't imagine a single one of them.
A hooker
squeaky
vagina.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless
No
he
way.
somehow saved the
vagina part.
Elizabeth's.
Although no,
would-
I don't think he did because one of them he wrote a check mark on her butt cheek. So later on,
yeah.
you saw Frankenhooker with the butt
This is
cheek.
the freshest.
So I'm assuming
Check,
that
check.
was like that whole part of the body, the whole like south
whole-
of the border part. So he obviously picked that one,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not just the butt. Butt checks
that
out.
one's, that one's USDA hooker approved, I guess.
It's choice.
So he's there for half an hour with all these hookers, and he's just measuring them the whole time. Jeffrey kind of sort of reminds me of Theodore Rex in the sense that he's constantly talking to himself,
Knocking things over with his
God.
tail.
always talking to himself.
And eating
he barely
cookies.
talks to anyone
Cookies,
else. It's so annoying.
Yeah,
That's
always.
true. He does talk to
He's
himself
just like
more
okay,
than other people.
All right. Oh, this is a good alley. Oh, what an alley. Oh, yep. This one's good. Oh, no, I don't like this alley. Got to go down the next. He's constantly talking to himself. And same thing.
That didn't bother me though. Did it bother you guys? I didn't
Yeah,
really
kinda.
even.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like the movie was too quiet, so he had to do. Dane,
Yeah,
you with
maybe-
us?
I'm back for a split second there.
Dane!
My XLR cord just popped. I moved my chair and my XLR cord just popped out of my Zoom recorder. But no,
Oh my!
we're good.
Is it still recording?
Oh no, it's still good. It's just my XLR came out because I suddenly in my
my
headphones I
goodness.
realized that I couldn't hear myself and I noticed that it just popped out. So
Crazy.
Holy guacamole!
so yeah. So they're like, all right, guy, time's up.
You gotta choose. You gotta choose, and then they find the super crack,
Yeah.
and then they all start taking it and sexing each other.
And he has. It's not just some super crack, because only a little bit of super crack made a hamster explode. He has like a grocery bag full of super crack.
It looks like a bag of ice you get at the drugstore.
Yeah, exactly. It's that big.
It's like in movies when, like Home Alone 2, when Kevin goes to tip Rob Schneider the first time, he's like, oh, here's a piece of gum. You would expect him to have a piece of gum amount of super crack. And then Rob Schneider comes back and Kevin's like, oh, I'll tip you again. And Rob Schneider is like, oh no, I still have the gum from earlier. And then he pulls out the giant fucking wad of cash.
Yeah.
It's like that where you're like, oh, he'll only have a little bit of holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
That is
they
the
jump on
Thanksgiving
it.
leftovers of super crack.
It's mashed potatoes of super crack. It's the super crack casserole.
Au gratin.
That's the intent to distribute.
Potatoes au gratin.
Super crack au gratin.
And yeah, so all the
It
hookers
makes everybody
they
explode.
They attack the super crack.
I love the explosions in this. This
It's
is
so good. They're
probably
actually
my
like
favorite part
really
of the
well
movie.
done.
Yeah. It's like when they somehow get the women at that very moment to go in the exact position that they would be when they do like a cut to the dummies exploding. It's
tastefully done.
like literally it's perfect. And
Yeah.
and I love how it's not just like they explode and there's blood splatting everywhere. It's like you're watching an episode of Power Rangers. Whenever they get hit, like sparks come off of them. I don't know why sparks come off of them, but it's just cool. You know what I mean? I
Who
like
cares?
that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Is like it's like I'm glad that like it's not the stereotypical just guts going everywhere. It literally looks like Old Navy dummies just blowing up. You know what I mean? I love it.
And one person explodes. I think it's a guy that. No, wait. That one makes sense because it's Frankenhooker exploding a guy, but he like blows up in like a legit explosion of fire.
Oh yeah.
One of the fellas later on.
And
so one of the girls, they all start exploding.
Zorro's on his
Zorro
way
wants his
upstairs.
money.
Yeah. And then one of the girls, her head, she's like trying to, I think it's the same girl. She's like kneeling down. She's seeing everybody exploding. She's like, I got to get out of this room where everybody's exploding. As, you know, it makes sense. So she's like on her hands and knees trying to open the door to get out. And Zorro's like in the hallway. And her head explodes and goes through the door and like follows the hallway down and like hits Zorro in the face.
Knocks him right out.
Knocks him out right on his Zorro ass.
So he collects all the body parts, puts them in black trash bags, goes down the fire escape, brings them home, and to me, it's like going to the Halloween store and like, you know, when they have like fake body parts at the Halloween store.
Yeah, he's picking through the dollar bin of body parts.
Yeah. It's like going to Halloween outlet. And
on November 1st, all the leftover shit.
Yeah. You know, remember when you go to like Halloween outlet and there'd be like the fake boobs and the fake butt that had like the rubber band that you'd put on?
You put around your chest. Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of. And it was the funniest thing because like he's got this big he's got this big 50-gallon drum like filled with legs. And he's like going through the legs. Like we were talking about earlier, he's got a big platter of boobs. He's a party hat. And he's like, there's a good nipple. There's a good one right here.
It's like if you're at Home Depot and you're looking at rakes. You're just like a trash thing full of rakes. It's like, no, I'll take this one.
This one's got a foam thing around it. This one's metal. This one's plastic. So he's like, all right, time for the final touch. And he goes into his cooler. He pulls out Elizabeth's head and he takes all the remaining body parts, throws them into the cooler, puts it all together.
We should mention, you see when he's attaching one of the hands or something. Not only does he use what looks like cement, some sort of glue, epoxy, who knows? But then he welds the body parts together.
Yep, that makes sense.
There's some metal. There's some metal in there. Like she's got like the metal rivets around her neck and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's a weird way to put a body together, but I mean, if it works.
Yeah.
Kevin, I didn't know that you were the expert in putting deceased body parts together. Please tell us how it's done. How would one properly do this?
I wouldn't put, rubber cement to glue my finger back on.
You do have a point. I think there's a warning label
I've got
against
10
that.
Points.
You got to take your finger, you put it in a glass of milk, and you go to the hospital.
A glass of milk?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Put it in this guy's freezer and it comes out with boobs on it.
Nice.
Isn't that what you do when if a tooth gets knocked out, you're supposed to put it in a glass of milk and go to the dentist?
What?
So I was always told that when I was a kid.
Something like that.
Maybe.
That feels like it would be a Mythbusters thing. They probably have an episode on
Yeah, I think.
Can you imagine you go to the dentist with a tooth in a glass of milk and you say, "Hey, put this back in."
No, really, I think that's right. That's how they do it. Or I think if you cut your finger off, you're supposed to wrap it in a moist towel and go to the hospital. Right?
I think you put it on ice. I thought you put it on ice.
But then, see, if you put it on ice, doesn't it get frostbite and then you can't use it anymore?
I don't know.
If any real doctors or dentists are out there, please let us know by emailing us at thevhsbandits@gmail.com.
I think you put it.
Also sign up for our Patreon.
If you're a real doctor, yes, become a Party Hat Patrol. You can afford it.
You don't have to be a real doctor for that. You can be a fake doctor.
Be a fake doctor. Yes.
We don't discriminate for our Patreon.
I think you put it in strawberry milk. Strawberry Quick.
Strawberry Quick?
Yes, I read that on the... You know where they give you the recipes? You can make a cake or whatever with it and throw M&Ms in it. I think on the Strawberry Quick box, the powder one, not the squeezy juice, the powder one.
Yeah. Do you use powder? What would happen if you use the syrup?
The syrup.
If you use the syrup, then it grows an actual... strawberry bush from the bone.
Okay.
Yes, because the syrup is actual.
Produce more strawberry syrup though?
I think it does have little, like the strawberries work as if they were nipples, and you milk the strawberry syrup out of them.
Oh, good.
Or I mean, if that's what you're going for, chop off your finger, put it in strawberry syrup quick.
Yeah.
2% milk. Then you'll grow a strawberry bush that you can nipple milk strawberry syrup out of, and then continue the process. Start your own factory, yada yada yada. But if you just want to preserve your body parts, put them in strawberry quick powder edition. 2% milk.
Bring it to your
powder edition.
Bring it to your dentist, and he'll put it back on for you.
He's got super crack for free. Powder edition.
You'll go to your dentist to put your finger back on.
Yeah, he puts it on your mouth.
Give me some of that. Give me some of that strawberry quick. Scrambled.
Let me ask you guys this question.
Please do. We have the answer. I guarantee it.
If
we're on a roll.
Nestle Quick made a powder for your favorite breakfast monster cereal flavored milk, would you buy it?
I would.
I would try it out for sure. It would just be it would be crummy mummy, nothing but dust. It's just the dust at
Crummy
the bottom
mummy.
of the cereal box.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is.
And they
But at
use
least there'd be a blueberry option.
Isn't there? There's like some like milk bars, like some hipster milk bars or something that sell like cereal milk.
Cereal milk?
Yeah,
Maybe, I
they
don't
like
know.
have the
I've heard of
cereal.
cereal bars though, but that's actually I think
It's cereal.
more popular in like
cereal with,
Europe
like, the
because they're
yogurt.
like, hey, check out these American cereals with their super duper high sugar content and pass through you like nothing.
I do know an English guy that loves to collect and, find American like super sugary cereals. So you might be on something. But
That's
I think there
weird.
is a bar. We're way off topic, but it's like they sell milk, cereal milk.
That's weird.
They brew it up with the cereal
But
and then
appropriate,
they
I
just
guess.
pour you a glass of cereal milk.
That's fucking bizarre. I've never heard of anything like that.
I think that's a real thing.
Wait, you can just
Anyway.
Yeah, anywho, weird. All right.
Don't Google it. It's real.
So anywho,
Yeah, don't question me. It's real.
so back to Frankenhooker.
He builds the hooker, the
it's-
Frankenhooker.
it's a
He
dark and
raises
stormy
her
night.
up with the storm. She comes alive and she wants to turn some tricks, not the cereal. Some hooker tricks.
So at the same time, though, as the lightning comes
I
down,
like tricks when it was the balls, not the fruit shapes. I like the balls.
I agree. I like the
The
balls
tricks
too.
ball.
Gopher does like balls.
I love a good trick in a ball. A bowl of balls. That's what I want with my tricks. Continue the movie, guys.
Continue the movie. So, as the lightning comes down and it hits all the shit, the lightning bolts come down and it goes over to the freezer too, to where he's got all the extra body parts, and something's gonna be brewing in there. So she comes alive, but she's not herself anymore. She's not his beloved.
She's Rob
Elizabeth.
Schneider.
Yeah, she's the hot chick.
He pulls off the sheet and Rob Schneider is under there.
That's right.
And he goes, the Science Meister. The Mad Doctorino.
Hey.
The drilling in his brain.
Hooker ducker ding dong.
Jeffrey. Hooker ducker ding dong. Count Crapula. Sorry.
So, she seems to be possessing all of the most recent memories of all of the hookers at once, right? Like all the things that they said, all their just last memories, right? So
Yes.
she just says, hey, want a date? Want some company? Got any money? And she storms off and she goes back down to Times Square to go pick up some dates.
She's like the Urkel pull string doll, but except saying, got any cheese? She says, got any money?
Exactly.
Did I do that? Did I fuck that?
I'm not surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's someday at like San Diego Comic-Con
They make a pull string.
They make some pull string Frankenhooker doll that ends up automatically going on eBay for like $3,000.
Oh, yeah. Or a blow-up doll.
Or a blow-up doll, yeah. That's an idea, sure.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
There's so many business ventures to be had on this episode.
Yeah. So Jeffrey goes back to the city to go find her. And this guy, who in my opinion looks just like Jay Sherman.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He's
Jay
just
Sherman
fat
doesn't
bald
wear
guy.
glasses.
You know who looks exactly like Jay Sherman? John Lovitz, who actually is designed.
I know. But
Edible roaches don't crawl. Edible roaches don't crawl.
Oh man, I love that. That's my favorite TV show ever. For anybody who doesn't know.
Hey, but all I'm saying is, if John Lovitz could not play a live action one, this other guy would be a great replacement for Jay Sherman. Anywho, he's going on a date with Frankenhooker. They go back to the same hotel. And they go up there, and Frankenhooker gets all naked, and you see her party hats, and they start doing it naked. And next thing you know, rotoscope lightning goes all over him, and he fucking blows up, and his head comes off.
Yeah, so if you have sex, if you do something sexy with Frankenhooker, you explode,
and she takes her head off.
Yeah, your head explodes, man.
So she finishes, she takes the money out of his wallet, goes down the aisle, and some other creepazoid comes up to her, starts trying to make out, and same thing happens to him. He blows up and she throws his head through a fucking window and it lands in the trash.
I think that might be or the guy in the bar. It's either him or the guy in the bar that has the actual like fire explosion.
Yeah, that's the guy in the bar. So after that, she goes to the bar.
But this guy's head in the trash, I just want to rewind.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite severed head because it is. Most of the severed heads look very like custom and like done up as the actual actor. This one is like straight up from a mannequin from JCPenney, and they just put a wig on it and threw it in a trash can.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So she goes to the bar again, too, hitting the memories of all the other hookers. And she's always repeating all the same words that the last hooker said. And, the other thing I want to mention, too, is all the hookers have like a Z on them with the logo of Zora, as if it was put on with like one of those cattle branding things, where like they burn it in you. And so she goes to the bar, starts meeting with this other creepazoid, and kind of gets the attention of Zorro, who's sitting at the bar. And Zorro kind of like sees the thing on the arm and is hearing all the things that Frankenhooker's saying. So Frankenhooker and this creepazoid sit down at some table. He goes to eat her out, and he fucking explodes. So anybody who has any physical sexual contact with her fucking explodes. And
She's electric.
Everybody in the joint is flipping out. Jeffrey shows up, and Zorro comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, bitch, whose tattoo is that? What did you do with my women? Who are you? What the fuck are you doing?" And it fucking punches her lights out, and her head comes right off. And looking just like the guy in Alien when his fucking head came off.
Oh yeah.
And Ash. And what the hell are you doing, Kev?
Sorry.
Kev's making monkey faces.
Kevin's making funny faces over here. We're trying to talk about a serious movie. He's making funny man monkey face. I think you look like an angler fish.
Oh, God, yeah. Gross. Yeah, 3,000 miles down the Black Sea. where they had the little light on the top. Oh, God.
Hey, there you go. He's got his own light now. Hey, if only this were a video show. you would understand. But use your imaginations, my friends, in podcast land.
Ugh.
Kevbot as an anglerfish. Run with it.
So, we'll put that in Frank and Dino too. Frankenhooker Boogaloo. And
perfect.
Jeffrey
takes Frankenhooker back to the workshop, which is like 8
back
times
to his
larger
backyard.
than his actual house. Like it's a classic interior is much bigger than the exterior.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
and then Zorro shows up.
So hold on, we'll rewind real quick. So he sort of reanimates her again, and this time she's back to normal. She's just good old Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And she starts flipping her shit because she realizes that it's not her original body. And he's like, but listen, of course I had to do some unorthodox things, but you're here. I love you. Let's go get married. But she's still flipping out. Yeah. And then, like you said, Zorro shows up and just fucking cuts off Jeffrey's head.
He has a machete.
He gets slap chopped. Chop.
Yeah.
Your head is on the chopping block. Chop, 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 chop.
And
I thought that was great because it seems like I didn't expect that. Even though this is the second time I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, he gets fucking murdered.
I had forgotten about it too.
Yeah, and it's just great because he's like telling her like, oh, I love you so much. We're going to be together forever. Chop! And his head is flying through the air.
That Zorro is right behind him either.
Oh yeah, it's kind of weird because I would think that she would have seen him, coming up, and she would have been like, "Oh, look back behind you" or something like that,
Yeah, but she's in shock. She just woke up for the second time after being dead. I give her some, and Zorro. There was a shot of Zorro like peeking from the doorway, like he was hiding. So he came up quick,
That's true.
I give her the benefit of the doubt. She just woke up after being dead. Because the last thing she remembers is the lawnmower thing.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is the freezer, the fridge with all of the body parts starts running amok, and all the weird little body parts kind of formed and merged together into these weird, disgusting little creatures that.
Yeah, they look. This is where like
the arms and boobs,
boobies, boobs on the loose,
boobs,
this is where I was like, oh yeah, basket case guy. That makes a lot of sense because these like body part creature boob monsters look a lot like the basket case creature.
Yeah,
or at least they could be brothers.
Yeah, they could all
much
be
like
related.
in basket case. So he is a brother.
Yeah.
And
these little things eat Zorro.
They pull him inside the chest freezer and close the door,
and then they take some super crack with them.
Super crack. They gotta have a little party in there.
Yeah,
party with the potty hats.
Yeah, on their
super
glass
crack
diet.
party.
Super crack party.
So
super crack.
It's up to
super
Frank.
crackers, soup and crackers, super crack,
super crackers,
super crackers,
soup and crackers,
soup and crackers, super crack.
So it's up to Frankenhooker to try to save Jeffrey. So she does reanimate him, but reminds him that the reanimation only works on female bodies. So what does she do? She puts his head on a female body. Whose female body it is?
These
Who
aren't
knows?
my arms. These aren't my tits.
How bizarre.
I love when he goes, whoa, where's my Johnson?
This isn't my beautiful car.
And that's it. That's the end
And
of
then he
Frankenhooker.
goes, he ends the movie by going, for about 45 seconds.
That's how every movie should end. Just somebody looking at the camera going, whoa, whoa.
And then the Raptors come in.
And then they end on the end credit theme to Family Matters.
yeah, dude, that like New York City music's awesome. Oh man,
This movie's great. That's the movie. That's Frankenhooker.
That's Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker.
Oh, hey, one thing I wanted to mention real quick. I totally forgot to even go into this. Again, this is a screener. So at the beginning of the tape, there was there was a commercial that would have been only for
hosted by what's his name?
Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio Hall. Yeah.
It's an ad that would have been for video stores and saying like, oh, if you buy so again, it's a screener that the distribution companies would have sent to the video store to entice the video stores to buy copies of the movies. So that way they can send them out for rent. And it was like this, I don't know, it was like a couple minutes long of them being like, oh, Bill Murray saying it's a great movie. So buy a copy of Frankenhooker, a talking box, for $89.99, or buy a regular one for $98.99.
Or you could get one talking box and one silent box, as they said, for $154.99.
Yeah.
That's a bargain.
And that's
two Frankenhookers for the price of 1.5 Frankenhookers.
Yeah. That's one thing that I really like about...
Buy more, save more.
One thing I like about getting screener tapes is all the cool little promo things that the general public never got to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just cool to see that stuff. That's kind of like never before seen for the public. So that stuff's cool. And to see how fucking expensive these tapes were when they were brand new.
Yeah.
Probably Frankenhooker now costs about that much.
But
Frankenhooker's not easy to come by.
Video rental copies always expensive. Wasn't that the whole thing?
Well, yeah. I mean, so like back in the day, a regular movie was like $90, right?
Yeah.
And today, when you think about like a brand new Blu-ray is what, $25,
yeah,
give or take. So I don't know. It's interesting to see how things have changed. So.
When was the last time either of you purchased a brand new Blu-ray movie?
I have only
Meaning
purchased
a recent release.
I bought Victor Crowley on Blu-ray when it came out.
I've only
that was maybe a year ago when it came out on Blu-ray, I think.
I've only bought in Blu-rays twice, and once was when I bought if you guys remember that guy Pat who was on our show a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I ended up buying his tape collection, and with it came with a couple of Blu-rays. So that
doesn't count.
That doesn't really
not
count.
brand new.
The only
That
other
doesn't
time,
count.
okay, the only other time that I ever bought a brand new Blu-ray was, so I guess it's the only one time I ever bought a Blu-ray tape, a Blu-ray movie, Blu-ray disc.
Dane, come back to us. Come back to us.
He's on some of that super crack.
Was at a haunted attraction called Ghoulie Manor, where there was a documentary about the guy who made the haunted house called The American Scream. And they had a little gift shop at the end of their haunted house, and I bought a copy of the movie.
That's a great movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, which is phenomenal.
It used to be on Netflix too. I don't know,
Yeah.
but if you can watch it, go watch it. It's
I
great.
think it might be on Amazon Prime right now. I think it's on there. So, but yeah, check that out. That sweet documentary. The guy Vic, who made the haunted house, I've met him in person at a haunters convention. Very, very nice guy. But that's the only DVD I've ever bought in my life is The American Scream. That's it. So I bought a lot of tapes in the last couple of years. But
okay, what about you, Kev? What was the last Blu-ray you bought?
Probably Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Like 2 weeks
there you
ago.
go. Hey, now
that's pretty modern. Yeah.
Hey, now
I still buy physical media that is newer than VHS.
hey, there you go.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse, I guarantee you, is not coming to VHS anytime soon.
Nope.
Nope. Any trivia on Frankenhooker?
Were you able to find?
I didn't look it up.
Okay, no big deal.
You're the trivia guy.
Yeah.
Anywho, you guys want to do the? You guys want to do some ratings?
Sure.
All right.
Oh, should I look up the ratings? Let me look up the ratings.
if you-
Talk amongst yourselves.
If you wouldn't mind.
Oh my God.
In any case, Yeah, so like I said, I was kind of bummed out that this talking box didn't work. I assumed it wouldn't because 99.9 of these probably don't.
From 1990,
right? But I've heard on Instagram and on YouTube and stuff, you can go on and you can find somebody videotaping an actual copy of the box working, and they press the button and it says, "Want a date? Got any money? Want some company?" all the famous lines on the box. So it's just kind of cool.
Well, you pay the extra $50.
All right.
Yeah, I think the talking box ones, even when they don't work, are substantially more collectible, hence more expensive to buy. The thing that sucks is like this movie, in terms of tape collecting, has gotten so goddamn expensive. If you go on eBay and you look at like sold listings of this movie, like you can't get a copy of this movie under $50. Like it's really hard on tape. I mean, there are Blu-rays. I think like Vinegar Syndrome or Shout Factory, somebody came out with this on Blu-ray, so you can get it.
Yeah, you can get it for $15.
They even came out on
free delivery if you got Prime.
It came out on
Amazon.
it came out on DVD. Actually, T-Man, that's how we first saw it, was on DVD when we rented it from Netflix DVDs a million years ago. So
you could rent it on Amazon for $2.
There you go. So the movie's accessible.
Or you can go to, where'd we get this from? Jason
at Champion Video.
Champion Video,
and rent Frankenhooker when we return it after our 3 nights.
Yeah.
I hope we don't get a late fee for this.
Dane's got to pay it because the card's in his name.
Uh-oh. Yep, it's on me.
All right. IMDb, which is a 10-star scale. What do you guys think this movie has been rated?
I think since this is has such a cult following, I think it's probably got a high rating.
I think so.
I'm going to say it's got an 8.
I'm going to say like an 8.9. 8.9.
IMDb has 6.1 out of 10.
Oh, no way. That's horseshit. Come on.
On Amazon, out of 5 stars, what do you guys think this is rated?
5.
Oh, definitely
Easy.
5. Everybody who
5.
buys this movie must love it.
4.5.
Yeah, close
come
enough.
on. Who is that one half guy? Why'd you even buy this half a guy?
You know what I hate is when people rate stuff online, not about the movie, but when it's like
about the shipping.
But it's like
the shipping
DVD.
was great.
Oh yeah, so like they say they're like, I'm only giving this 3 out of 5 stars because I don't like the interactive menus. It's like, dude, you're not don't rate this movie off of the fucking DVD menus, or be like, I'm only giving it 2 out of 5 stars because it only has English subtitles and I wanted it in French or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. But like people complain about stupid shit like that. And or they're like, oh,
maybe that's,
I got my DVD and it was damaged in shipping. So 0 stars. It's crazy.
All right. So what are we rating this out of?
Out of 10.
Super cracks.
Back to super crack.
Super quick.
Out of 10 exploding heads.
Decapitated heads?
10 decapitating heads.
Is that better than super crack?
Head.
I don't know.
I like super crack. I think super crack.
You got to do bags of super crack.
A lot of movies have decapitating exploding heads.
This is the only movie I know of that's got super crack. Let's do super crack.
Except for, I'm sure there's a few pornos that have super crack.
Oh yeah. Super butt cracks.
Super butt cracks.
Super butt crack,
duper.
man.
All right.
You guys
is
go
your
first.
butt crack in trouble, madam?
Super cracks.
T-Man, it's up to you, dude. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Okay, out of 10 super butt cracks, I'm giving Frankenhooker 10 super butt cracks. I love this movie. It's a great movie. 10 super butt cracks.
I am also gonna give this you know what? If I could put a check mark on a butt cheek, I give it two thumbs, 2 check mark butt cheeks up.
2 butts up.
Yeah, I give it 10 out of 10. Bags of super crack. That's a shitload of exploding hookers right there.
Oh yeah.
How about you,
All right,
T-Man?
Kevbot,
how about
your
you,
time
Kevbot?
to disagree with us.
I'm gonna give this. 5.75 super cracks.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was okay.
Oh my gosh.
Effects were really good. I got really tired of that guy just talking to himself. I'm
boy.
awfully critical of movies.
Whoa. Did the
the
hamster have
Debbie
anything to do with
Downer.
it?
What's
Because I
that?
know you do. If a movie has a dog that dies, you will give it 0. So does the hamster kind of fit in there
No,
somewhere,
that
or
doesn't-
not
that
really?
was nope. That
Okay.
didn't have anything to do with it. No,
Wow.
it was. Yeah, sorry, Dane.
Wow. I just
Dane's
Dane
just
is like
super quiet.
offended.
no, I'm not that I'm just bewildered. I mean, what is not to like about this movie?
Are you smoking super crack,
Yeah.
Kevbot?
What's that?
Yeah, it was
what do you?
okay. It was okay.
What do you want?
Lay off
you
the
want,
super crack.
You want chocolate milk or what?
You know what it was? I waited too
Yeah,
long
cocoa
for this
milk.
movie to ship. It was poor quality.
I watched
no
it over
subtitles.
Skype.
You know what it was? The talking box didn't work, so 0 stars.
That's right.
The battery
Wow.
was dead.
I want a free rental because of this.
This was a free rental.
Jeez, you're that guy on Amazon reviews.
Jeez.
I guess I am.
Wow. Well, okay. Hey, you know what, dude? I guess I'm not surprised because you're always the hardest critical one of the three of us. You know.
Yeah.
So
You didn't even like Terror Tunes.
Well, come on. Who the fuck likes Terror Tunes except you?
That's right.
I know.
Terror Tunes 2, Electric Tunesaloo.
Terror
Although, so
tunes,
there
more
was-
like
I was-
terrible tunes.
Tunes.
Hey guys, be generous here. Be nice. You're all on super clack.
Super clack.
Super clack.
Super clickety
Super
clack,
click and
clickety clack,
clack.
clickety clack, crack. But I was at, speaking of Terror Tunes, they just opened this movie theater up. They have an Alamo Draft House now in downtown LA.
It's fucking awesome.
It is the fucking coolest movie theater. They have giant VHS boxes there.
Whoa.
I posted some pictures
Yeah.
on our story on Instagram. I'll post some actual pictures of this place too, so you guys can see it. And they've got like a wall, and they're like concessions counter has like a wall of VHS underneath it, all sorts of cool VHS boxes, and they do free rentals there.
No
I
shit.
think they're
Ooh.
I think they're DVDs or Blu-rays. I don't believe they have any VHS.
Oh.
But they had
0
Terror
out of 5
Tunes.
stars on Yelp.
So if you're in the LA area
Whoa.
and you want to rent Terror Tunes for free, go to the Alamo Draft House and see a movie there too, because it's fucking rad.
Cool. Hey, you know how Slashback was out at Mystic Museum? I saw Mystic Museum's
Yep.
doing an Evil Dead exhibit right now.
That's true. Me and
Yeah,
Kamara
that's
are
cool.
probably going to check that one out.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, let me know how that is.
Yeah, we usually go to the new exhibits whenever they pop up.
Awesome. Cool.
Mystic Museum's awesome.
Cool. All right. So, T-Man, obviously you would rewind this. I
Oh,
would
fuck
rewind this.
yeah.
Kevbot, would you rewind this?
Not unless I was with you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Can't win them all,
right,
I guess.
Mr. Super Crack.
If watching this solo, I would definitely watch it once just to check it out. Say I watched it, and then I go.
I didn't. Oh, you know what, dude? The
Can you-
connection.
yeah, you cut
the,
out.
The
I'm sorry.
connection
Can you
just got all
repeat that?
whacked out. Can you repeat
Oh,
that?
sorry. Yeah. If I were watching this solo, I would watch it once just to say, okay, I saw it, I got it. That's it.
Okay,
All
but
right.
maybe if you watched this, maybe we were too distracting. Maybe if you'd like it
maybe.
more without us, you wouldn't
I
have
don't
our
know.
handsome faces in your eyeballs the whole time.
Well, you know what? You know what? Hey, here's the deal. Now, this guy made 2 other movies.
Dane's gonna make a proposition for you.
Helen Lauder made 2 other movies. He made Basket Case, and he did Brain Damage. And I have
Never
both.
seen 'em.
So I
I
tell you
haven't
what.
seen Brain Damage, but I like Frankenhooker way more than Basket Case.
You know what? I'd say of the three, Basket Case is probably my least favorite. But I really...
I've only seen the first Basket Case, though.
I have Basket Case 1 and 2. I've been trying to get number 3. I heard number 3 is like totally weird, like bananas bonkers.
That's the one where he's like in the jungle, right? Or is that I might be thinking of a different movie altogether, where there's like these killer babies in a jungle. I might be thinking of that.
Island
That's
of
Jumanji.
That's
Island of the
Island of the Island of
the
It's
Living,
Alive.
Island of the Living, or something.
No, it's because the first was called
The Alive.
Yeah, the first was called
The
It's
Dead?
Alive, and then
right.
the second one, and then the third.
Right.
It's not that great. I have it. We could watch it sometime. Island of the Alive. Yeah, it's just not that great.
Right.
But in any case, but yeah, Brain Damage is really fucking good. I would say of the three, I would go Frankenhooker number 1, Brain Damage 2, and Basket Case 3. So, but
There you go.
in any case, at some point we'll have to watch the other two, and when we'll see what you guys think of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. But all right, I think that'll do it for this one, guys.
I think so too. I'm about to explode.
Yeah. Before the super crack gets to you.
With Count Chocula bars.
So like we said earlier, there's a special bonus episode of our top 5 movie soundtracks coming out this month of September 2019. So please sign up for the Party Hat Patrol tier on Patreon when you guys get a chance. Easy to find. And right after this episode, we're jumping right into October. And we're going to have our Halloween episodes coming up. We have 3 movies picked out. 2 for our regular episodes, 1 for our Patreon bonus. It's going to be fucking great. One in particular, I'm crazy excited to revisit.
Me too.
Oh, man. Yeah, T-Man and I watched this last year. And oh, shit, this movie's so fucking crazy. I can't wait to watch. Well, we're going to save it till then. We're going to keep it a secret.
Yeah, no spoilers.
But yeah, can't wait to get into the Halloween season. Oh, and I know in the past I've posted up on our Instagram some stuff about my haunted yard. I got some plans for that this year. I'm gonna do a haunted drive-in theme this year.
Awesome.
So we're gonna get into that. So I'm gonna try to post some stuff about that up on our Instagram page as October rolls through. So we'll get into that soon. But
nice.
There we go.
If any of our listeners are in the Portland, Maine area,
yeah. We gotta talk about this.
September 29th, you can come visit us at Tape Swap. I forget where, but it's in Portland, Maine.
Did you pull up the?
Dane
Hold
and
on,
I
yeah,
will
let's
be there.
let's pull up the
107 Hanover Street. I just have it in my calendar as Tape Swap with Dane Train.
Hold on, let me look that up real. Okay, I just pulled up the flyer. So VHS Swap Meet, which is being put together by Crypt the Keeper up on Instagram. He's the one who's hosting this at the Apahadion, I guess. The Apahadion, 107 Hanover Street in Portland, Maine. Free and open to the public. If you're interested in a vendor space, which Kev Bott and I are both going to be there doing a vendor space, slinging some slabs. You can contact Maine VHS Tapes at gmail.com or go on Instagram to crypt_the_keeper with Crypt the Keeper. Go contact him if you want a vendor space. Again, Sunday, September 29th, Portland, Maine, 107 Hanover Street, the Apahadion. I don't even know what it is, but we're gonna fucking be there. I know that. I mean, like, I don't know if it's a theater, if it's a fucking restaurant. I honestly don't know what it is yet. We're gonna find out when we get there. Either way, it's gonna be fucking super cool. There's gonna be vendors there, selling, trading tapes. We got some tapes and shit we're gonna trade and sell. A good buddy of ours, Matt Awkward VHS Fiend, is gonna fucking be there. We're gonna meet him for the first time, and we're gonna bring our audio recorder.
Jizzmaster General's also up in Maine.
Oh shit! Hopefully he'll be there too.
Jizzmaster General.
So we're gonna bring our audio recorder. We're gonna bang out a podcast episode about it. See if we can interview some peeps up there. Should be some cool shit. So there you go. Tape swap.
And KevBot is looking for one tape. He's gonna sell, but only looking for one.
What are you looking for, dude?
I need a copy of Back to the Beach.
Oh man! All right, we're gonna keep our eyes peeled.
I need to complete the trifecta and get.
That's right.
My
We will
own
have
copy.
will be the ultimate weapon if all three of us have Back to the Beach on VHS.
We will become the humunga cowabunga
from down under. Oh, that's the big crapola.
That's more our speed.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been trying to teach my son how to say humunga cowabunga from down under.
Is it working?
His first words.
It just sounds like
From down under.
That's close enough.
Close enough, yeah.
But every night it's dinner in the story of the accident. So come check us out. Portland, Maine.
Yeah, we'll be there.
September 29th, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah. All right.
Bring us some pizza because I'm fat. Actually, there's a great pizza place that's there. We should definitely go afterwards.
Yeah, fucking Otto's. I would love to go back there, get a fucking potato pizza.
Oh, I was thinking of another place, but Otto's rules.
Okay, what place are you talking about?
Pizza au gratin.
It's called Slab.
Slab. Shit, I don't know if I eat there.
They
I mean, that makes sense if you're going to VHS Fest up in Maine. You might as well get a slab pizza, right?
Yeah, it's
go
like
your black
single
slabs.
piece. It kind of looks like the square pizza you used to get at back in like middle or high school, but
Like
it actually looks appetizing and it's like 2 inches thick. It's delicious.
So it's like a deep dish Elios?
Kind of, yes,
Cool.
but better.
All right.
We can eat that there and then just, bring home autos.
Yeah, there
we'll
we go.
figure it out.
Sounds good to me.
We'll figure it out.
Man,
All
I
right.
wish I was going to be there.
Yeah, you wish you would.
I do.
Hey, T-Man,
Well,
I saw your movie that you pitched on our last episode. Just won Best New England Movie.
Adult
That's
ADR.
right. Adult ADR.
That's awesome news.
We'll be playing up in Maine, I think in October at the Sanford International Film Festival. So speaking of Maine and speaking of movies, you can check out my movie Adult ADR at the Sanford International Film Festival.
Because it is the best movie in New England. It won
As they say.
It won Best Movie New England, right?
That is correct, at the Massachusetts Independent Film Festival.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, I think that'll
Let's
wrap up.
this up.
Again, just want to give another quick cheap plug and a thank you over to Jason at Champion Video for letting us do this rental on Frankenhooker.
Thanks, dude.
Because it's electrifying.
Yeah.
All right, take us out, KevBot.
Hey, everybody. Thanks again for listening to this episode of VHS Bandits. I am the KevBot.
This is Frankendane Train.
This is Frankentofa.
As always, be kind and rewind and stay off the super crack.